this is the chosen swim for today. We're on washpit for going for the carp. This is peg number 16. We got 2 rods on for these because it's only a 2 rod venue, but there's many carp in here, including a few doubles. There are also many big tench, big bream in here. I know there's bream around £10 that I've seen that's been caught in here. There's quite a few biggish carp. You've got pike, you've got crucian. So you've got a nice variety of fish. There's also the odd eel if we're lucky enough to see them, because I don't mind seeing an eel on the bank as well. They're good fun, especially brings a bit of enjoyment to the session. So I've chosen to stick a rod in that furthest corner over there. I've seen a few jump around there, and I think that's a good place. The second rod I've got is going to go a bit to the left, using the tree as a marker in front. And I have seen a little bit of movement, but not as much as that corner over there. I'm going to walk around and stick my bait out to try and not disturb them so much with the spom, because I prefer to chuck it if I can get there and walk over there. It's a lot easier. I don't have to keep reeling in, casting out, reeling in, when I can just spoon it out. Here we are at the chosen swim. Let's try and cast in from over there. Got another bucket of bait down. Hopefully it's worth it. I reckon we should at least see one fish out of both of us here tonight. I reckon so. I can't see why we shouldn't. There are signs. We both have fish moving in our swim. We've seen them jump in, so they are active. So it's just trying to get them on the feed. So both rods are out and in the chosen swim. Might be a bit quiet for half an hour or so, maybe an hour, but I might have disturbed it sticking both rods out. I've been trying to be as quiet and as subtle as I can, but nothing's really subtle about chucking a 2.5 ounce lead out, really. But they're both out, both in place. I'm quite happy with where both are placed. They're right where the fish were moving. Can't really do anything better, really. I'm happy with the bait, happy with where I've casted. It's just playing the waiting game now. I've baited up, so whether it takes an hour, whether it takes 5 hours, fingers crossed we see some action tonight. So this is Aiden's rods on peg number 18, just off the spit. It doesn't look like much water if you look at the island, but providing nobody goes in the swims next to him, he's got a lot of water, really. He has seen some fish movement. We think the fish are more this end of the lake, but there was a chap on next to me on, I believe it was peg 14, 2 swims over, might have been 13, and he didn't have a bleep last night. He was fishing towards the other end of the lake. He was in this swim last weekend and he said he caught one. I've seen a lot of movement in my swim. Aiden's seen quite a bit of movement in his swim. We're fishing similar tactics, and realistically it's just hoping we find them. We think if we find 1 or 2, we think we find the rest, because they'll be shoaling up. So just a quick update of how I'm getting on. So far I had no joy. Aiden had one in the night, but I've had to move my rods. They were in that corner where the fish were showing all of yesterday. They stayed showing on top of my rods, but they were in that corner for, I don't know, about 14 hours, and no joy at all. I didn't even have a knock in there, so I don't know what was going on with that. I changed my tactics, changed place, changed bait. I've gone through a few different tactics and nothing's really happened, so I said I've gone for the open water approach now. There's a nice gravel bar in front of me. I'm fishing it like I would on all the other lakes down here in Ringwood. But for a runs water, unfortunately it hasn't really worked out as many runs for me, to be honest. Like I said, we're thinking about jumping back over to White Lake or Hightown next, purely because of the fact that you get just as much action over there as what you do over here, and yeah, it's bigger fish. Like I said, I just had a small little knock then, but it seems to be the way forward now in the open water. But I've changed my bait as well to lunch meat, because obviously a lot of match fishermen use that as well. The bream love a bit of meat as well as the carp. So now I'm just trying anything, to be honest. Just try and get fish, which shouldn't really be the case on the runs water, but it happens. We spoke to the chap that was here last night. He blanked. The chap's been fishing here for a couple of weekends on the trot. He's blanked. So like we said, if we're going to blank for a couple sessions, we might as well jump over to a specimen lake and get those blanks out of the way to get the big fish. This is Aidan's first fish of Ringwood. Quite a special fish, no matter how big it is.
Little one.
Not bad size. Still got to be pushing the double on it.
What does it say then? He's fucking shaking.
Say 15-10. It's getting beaten up. Fish has been in the sling for an hour or two, so a bit lively. There you go, his first Ringwood carp, £15.10. Good fish, lovely colour. This gravel pit really does bring out this nice colour in the fish. I think it's the depth as well as the gravel. Brings out a dark colour, like an oaky colour to them. This one's a bit more blacker than oak.